we are still unaware of the implications of our thoughts. This is a big problem. When the issue is self-understanding, you must listen to what is said. Not only what others say, but what you say, what you habitually say. Habitually, that is the key word. That you just open your mouth and speak without thinking. What do these words mean? We have a problem in this country. The problem is in education. The problem is in reading. Why? Because most people read words and not ideas. We think to pronounce words is reading. Therefore, we listen and we speak in the same way. Just words, usually without content. We talk, most of us, or many of us, much of the time, and I listen, and I watch, and I know we are not hearing what has been said, or what is being said. This goes back to having an agenda yourself, and comparing what you think to what is being said. When someone is saying something to us, what we think is irrelevant. It is not relevant to the issue being stated. Therefore, there is much confusion. It is always amazing to me how anything gets done. It is absolutely amazing. We don't listen to each other. Many of you in meditation have had this experience. A popping, an opening that starts here. I wonder why that is. We have literally shut off listening, and the energy is moving upward and opening up that area that needs opening, because we have applied pressure to ourselves. We have applied tension in those areas, so we are not listening, and we just respond. Words are symbols pointing to something, pointing to an action. Therefore, words have content. There is meaning. When we do not focus in on that meaning, we miss the boat. Particularly in something as delicate as the process you are involved in. It is quite frequent that I will make a statement to an individual, and they will change the wording and say, "You said XXX," and I'll say, "No, that is not what I said. I said XXX. But it means the same thing. No, it doesn't. If I had meant Y, I would have said Y. But I said XXX. It is a habit. We have learned to be quite lazy. Quite lazy. Takes a little effort to lay my assumptions aside to listen. Just a little effort. To assume what I have always assumed takes no effort at all. So, communication is almost an impossibility. Even within the self. That is why one of the most important exercises that has been given here is pay attention to what you are thinking. Know what your assumptions are. If you know what they are, in the course of communicating, you will see them come up and will be able to dismiss them so that we can listen to another person. We have certain habits. We want to be right. We want to be heard. It is okay to be right when you are right. It's a key word, when you are right. We will take a defensive posture. You are wrong, automatically, when you respond to something out of defensiveness, to defend my position. I'm fond of saying in those instances, stop. Who initiated this conversation? You did. Then it is what I am saying that must be heard, not what you are saying. When I have finished what I have to say, you speak. When you have finished what you have to say, I will speak. But I must first listen. I must first listen. With my own agenda coming in, I cannot hear. I cannot hear. Particularly in matters concerning this process. Why? Because you have not gotten to the point of absolute self yet. Therefore, you do not know what you're talking about. It is like you have never even driven a car, going to the garage and telling the mechanic how to fix it. What's wrong with it? You have no idea. No real idea. One of the things we must be able to do is to distinguish between fact and fantasy. And when we speak from assumptions, we speak from fantasy. We have ideas as to what the awakened ones are like. Well, see, when I get there, I'm going to be, you must stop setting that up because you do not know. And you will cause yourself great problems trying to get there. Trying to achieve the impossible because you have fantasized in the impossible. It is like fantasizing that as Jesus hung on the cross dying, he had this look of great compassion on his face. That's nonsense. when you have nails driven in your wrist and spears sticking in your side, great compassion is not on your face. Pain is on your face. You see, we have some ideas about things that are not true. So what will you do? If you have that assumption, you will go through your life trying to appear compassionate when it is pain that you're feeling, and wondering why you do not feel loving because you are in pain. You see, it does not make sense. So we must stop the assumptions as to what it is going to be like and go and find out what it is like by experiencing myself truthfully and honestly without assumptions. Truthfully and honestly, I must know myself. I must know what the illusions of self are. When they are eliminated, what I am is naturally there. If you want to know what the bottom of the drawer in your dresser looks like, you start throwing stuff out. Until you can no longer throw anything out, that is what it looks like. It is self. You cannot throw out self. If you can throw it away, it's not you. It is not you. Which brings us to another idea structure. Mine, me, these words. You think these words are okay. They are not. It is okay to have ownership over things. We like to own people. My this, my child, my lover, my wife, my husband, my car. Listen to those words. My implies what? You can possess nothing. But we like to use those words without even thinking about them. And they do have a tremendous effect upon whether you are a free person or a slave. Mine. Because you become slave to this idea. Mine does what I tell it. I am sorry, I do not do as people tell me to do. I do according to the dictates of my heart. I do according to the clear dictation of my heart, because all the junk has been thrown out. Now the messages that come from within are clear. I will not be your anything. I am not going to respond to that. I do not belong even to myself. How can I belong to you? I do not belong to myself. I am a child of this universe. A universe seeking naught but itself. Seeking only self. When I start belonging to me, I stop listening to that small, still voice within myself. And I become earthbound. I can belong to no one and thereby belong to everyone. Thereby be honest with you, be natural with you, and able to aid you, because I do not belong. You will be asking only for pain to try and capture another human being in your web of my anything. Now, understand this. I am talking to you. Each and every one of you, because we have another nasty habit of saying, yeah, he's right about them. I am talking to you. They do that. Another nasty habit that if you want to know who you are, if you want to know that you are, your attention must be on you. And those assumptions, I don't, are nothing but bullshit. See how much I love you? I'm just telling you the straight out truth. If your feelings get hurt, well, that's life. We will say, oh, when we love somebody, we protect them. Nonsense. This is real life. We have acted as though life is not real. That is because you live in your head with your assumptions and not experiencing life itself. Nobody's here is going to die. If you ask each one of you, oh yes, I'm going to die. I know that. No, you don't. You are living as if there is no reality to death. Because you got forever. I don't have to do any exercises. I know I should, but I'm going to watch Dynasty. I'm just tired. I just don't feel like doing that. You are treating life as if you are going to live forever. And you are. Again, we will have to go back and really understand what hell is. Hell is living in misery. It's that simple. You have 100 million lifetimes for misery? Be my guest. Be my guest. If you don't learn it this time in life, you will come back and learn it again. Do it again. Same thing. Same thing. You see, what you don't understand is that life is for learning. You have another assumption that this earth, this form that you are in, is the end. This is it. I am sorry. This is not it. It is just one stopping off point in infinity to learn certain kinds of things. The realities of this universe are infinite. It is like walking down the beach and deciding to become one with one grain of sand and forgetting all the other grains of sand on the beach. Well, I'm doing all right. Then do all right. These exercises are given so that you have the benefit of experiencing what has been said to you, so that you know the truth or the content of these words, because as of now, without the experience, you do not know the content of these words. You may say, that sounds right. I agree with that. But where is your experience? Where is your experience that this earth sphere is only a grain of sand on the cosmic beach? To know this, you must experience other dimensions of reality as you are experiencing this one. No. More aware than you are experiencing this one. With more awareness. This is knowing. This is knowing, because it is experience, not just words. Remember, we're used to the shallowness of words. Every word that I have spoken to you has tremendous content. Tremendous content. Depth like you have never known before. But you do not know this and will not know this until you venture within yourself. To stop being on the shallow edge of yourself. You cannot accept the fact that you have done anything. Why? What do you do? What does everybody here do when they, I got it now? We sit down, we get comfortable, and we forget. I am trying to always keep you on edge. Remember, you are venturing into infinity. The infinite. Not the finite. Finite has an end. Until we can get your attitude to see, yes, I experienced that, but I'm still messing around with my ego. Then what have you done? The idea is to clear the whole mess, to be free of the whole thing. Then the journey can begin. The journey cannot begin as long as we hold certain assumptions. We may see that our relationships get a little better, or we do something a little bit better, and then all of a sudden, bam, something happens over here that knocks you on your butt. The question is, why? Because I am still holding on to something. You cannot even hold on to the idea of being spiritual. Some of the worst jackasses I know are spiritual. Spouting spiritual rhetoric. Rhetoric doesn't cut it. You see, being it cuts it. That's that. To practice technique and to learn. That is the decision. That is a freeing decision. I will always be learning. In a moment it will occur to you that your whole mind is nonsense. And then the whole mind will be dropped. You say, but my whole mind is not nonsense. I say that it is. Compared to the truth. You operate, when you take flesh, you are already operating one step removed from the truth. You are operating in the first distortion. That is the distortion of physical reality. So you're already off. Now, what does that child do? Forms opinions and ideas based on what their parents say, what they think their parents mean when they say X, form their own opinions when they are not old enough nor have had the experience with life to form correct opinions. So now we are a barrel of worms. And then we come into life and we see all these others who think like us, therefore we are correct. But we are just all alike. We will say that it is natural. I say no, it is normal. Not natural. It is normal because everybody does it. 99.99% of the population, everybody does it. So naturally, we think we're okay. Don't you think that all the people in Mantino think they're okay? Everybody in here acts just like I do. What do you mean? See? Why is it that those mavericks are the ones who make great strides in the world? Why is this? Why is it the Einsteins, those who step away from the pack, make impact upon the world? Because they are not sheep. They are not sheep to just mill around wherever the lead goat goes or sheep goes, everybody goes with them. Must be all right because all the other sheep are doing it. Right into the slaughter pen. Must be okay. The exception is the rule. To be like everyone else, and you will deny it to death. Oh, I'm not like everybody else. Yes, you are. Because you are caught in your beliefs, in your assumptions about the world, have never, ever taken the time to find out what the nature of life really is. I'll think about it for 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm gone. I got other things to do. I got to worry about my man or my woman or this bill or that bill. Haven't you learned yet that worrying does not solve a problem? The only thing that solves a problem is solving the problem. You see, if I'm stepped out into the street and a car is about to run me down, worrying about it is not going to save my butt. Action, proper action is going to save me. Worry does not do anything but make you worrisome. That's all it does. Anger does not do anything but make you angry and hostile. Being doubtful does not do anything but make you doubtful. All these things make you mad. Indeed, quite mad. We think those in the mental institutions are mad. I have news for you. Who puts them in there and shoots them full of poison? We do. Now, who is mad? Generally, who hooks up electrodes to their little heads and shoot electricity through their little brains? Do the mad people who are in there do it, or do the guys in the white suits who claim to know what is happening do it? You see, there is another way, and this is what we're talking about. No one is incurably mad. Madness is an illusion. It's just a misunderstanding. You want to get a mad person straight? You have to find someone who understands what's going on to get that person straight. And it can be done. All madness is not madness. All that is seen when a person says, I see something, and you look and you don't see it, it does not mean that they are mad. Right away, we make the assumption that they are mad. Well, who is the most mad? The one who operates on the assumption? I see things that you don't see all the time. And I am quite sane. I'm one of the sanest persons you will ever meet. I am absolutely pragmatic. I'm absolutely a realist, whether you like it or not. Whether you agree with me or not, I don't know and I don't care, because I know what I see. The difference is those who straddle the line accidentally cannot reconcile what they see with their thoughts. Therefore, they become mad, they become frightened. I must accept the world in order to be sane. I know what I see as I know what I see when I look at you, and I don't need anyone to tell me whether I am mad or sane. The problem comes in when I run to the doctor and start saying, something's wrong with me. There is fear. That is what is wrong. The refusal to accept what is seen. Einstein did no less in his observation of the behavior of light and matter in its relationship to the speed of light. What did all the scientists say about him? He's mad. All of a sudden, everybody runs to kiss his behind. Boss Einstein. Why? Because they took the time to find out. And they say, by God, he's right. Again, the victory goes to one who is willing to take the risk. To one who is willing to step beyond their assumptions and ideas to find that which is true. Our scientists are notorious idiots. Our doctors are notorious idiots. Our lawyers are notorious idiots. Why? Because the bulk of mankind are notorious idiots. And from this place comes your doctors, lawyers, cooks, whatever. Why? They claim to be objective when they are really bigoted. An objective person says, what is happening here? They do not say what is happening and begin to compare it to some standard. They say, what is happening? What is going on? Let this define itself. When I define it, I am defining it short, based on my experience. What does it say? What does it say? If you are in a mental institution, you must look for common threads. What is happening here? Not, I know what's happening with him. He's paranoid. You look at him, obviously he's paranoid. But why? 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 What is the issue? What is the mechanism? See, man is too godly to have a mechanism. Leaves man a great mystery, therefore we cannot understand. This is nothing but a mechanism. Just like the mechanism in that lock. You put a key in it, you turn it, the lock opens. You have keys. Somebody turns your key, you go on automatic. What's the difference between you and the crazy person? He just goes on automatic about something you don't know anything about. You go on automatic on those things which everyone agrees upon. Automatic is still automatic. Crazy is crazy. You cannot be a little bit crazy. You cannot be. Crazy is crazy, my friend. Contamination is contamination. If I give you a glass of milk with just a pinch of arsenic in it, is it okay? It's just a little bit contaminated. You see, poison is poison. We do not understand absolutes simply because we like to defend our bullshit. And I am sorry, there are absolutes. Death is an example of this law. Try it. Try to be half dead. Try it. Try to be half drowned. You're either drowned or you're not. But because we don't want to admit to our own nonsense, some of this is okay. No, it is not. Particularly when you are trying to get at the truth. No non-truth is okay. You see, I want to know the truth. Being stranded in the jungle once, knowing that there was no help coming, I would have preferred to know that there was no help coming instead of holding my position, waiting for it. Don't tell me maybe we'll be there. Tell me you ain't coming. I'll come to you. Don't tell me any half-truths when there's 30 people breathing down my neck with automatic weapons and grenades and stuff. You're not coming? Fine, I'll get there on my own. Now I can make the decision because I know the truth. Well, see, we'll try to get a troop in there. Forget it. I'm coming. We're too used to these kinds of ambiguities. Therefore, we accept bullshit from ourselves. When I say to you, look, stop saying my, mine. Anything you have on loan. I don't care if you paid $100 million for it, you have it on loan. Because one day you're going to die and it's still going to be here. That tells you whether it was yours or not. You may be the caretaker of it. My body. What your body? If it's yours, you'd have it forever. They fall down every day, dead. They stick them in the ground a lot of times every day. You can go there and you can open the eye and there's nobody in there. You can look in the ear, there's nobody in there. If there were, they'd tell you, leave my goddamn eyes alone. There is no one home. What do you mean? Your body. What do you mean, your anything? If it is yours, it is with you forever. And the only thing that is with you forever is you. If you go around assuming that you are your body, you're in for a big surprise. Continue to do your exercise as you will find yourself without your body. Now what? You may say, I don't believe that. Listen to what I have told you. I don't care whether you believe that or not. I don't care. That isn't the point. That is one of the things you've been saying to yourself all along that cuts you off from learning. I don't believe that. My statement has been, don't believe, don't disbelieve. I don't believe anything. I don't disbelieve anything. If I want to know, I find out. If you want to know that you will be without your body, practice your technique properly. And one night when you get up in the middle of the night and look back and see your body still in bed, you will have your proof. We're too used to philosophical debate. Philosophical debate is not even as useful as toilet paper. It is not as useful as toilet paper. Debates never solved anything. Finding the truth solves a lot of things. We want to have a debating team over whether the fire is hot. I say it's stupid. Touch it. There's no debate. Touch it. Is cake sweet? Well, I think, who cares? Let's taste it. Then there's no argument. We don't have to waste time playing this game over who is the smartest. And look at your educational community. Look at your educational community. Look at your medical community. Look at all of those communities where people sit around with little pipes stuck in their mouth pretending to be aura and can't find their ass with both hands, and all they have to do is reach behind them. And why not? Because they are going aura. I think. Damn what you think. Hear me. We go back to your assumption about one who knows how they're supposed to act. I'm being very direct. To force the truth. I'm trying to say, damn it, maybe you will listen. Just maybe. You see, the issue is here, I am absolutely serious. I am absolutely serious. You aren't serious. I'm giving you my best shot. I said I would help you do X. If it kills you, I'm going to help you do it. If you die in the process, you see, I'm letting you know how serious this game is. But you will only die in the process when you are not serious. It's like a football player. You know, the guy who gets hurt is usually standing around. The guy who's out there moving rarely gets hurt. Why? Because he's always moving. He's not stationary. He's always moving. You are only hurt when you stand still. When you refuse to allow another person to be another person, to be who they are, not your anything, this assumption of mine, you're going to get hurt. When you say, my wife, or my husband, or my lover, I am not your anything. Understand that you are two gods sharing a space for a moment. Not 24 hours a day, not 8 hours a day, but for a moment. You have no right to dictate anything to anyone. No right. You have no right to dictate to yourself, because then you have made yourself a slave. Freedom is the ability to do as I choose and to learn as I learn. There are certain rules to learning, and you will find me always with my hand at the scruff of your neck pointing you toward the rule. It's my job. That's what you said you wanted from me, and that's what I said I'd do. And till death, that is the extent of your mind at this moment. But be well aware, even after death, I will be there. Because I am not limited by this body, nor are you. Stop pretending that you are, because you know better. Deep down inside, you know better. Every truth that has ever been spoken, deep down inside, you know better. And I know you know better. Now, you fess up to being the God that you are. Just go ahead and fess up. But see, that's blasphemous. That's bullshit. Blasphemy is living outside the truth. That is the sin, my friend. You start thinking in terms of my. That is outside the truth. You limit yourself. I am a man. I am a woman. We are different. You are a fool. Don't you know that the difference is so small it is negligible? As n approaches infinity, the difference is too small. It is a crutch. I'm a woman is a crutch used when the pressure gets on. It is like, women shouldn't go to war. That's stupid. Nobody should go to war. What do you mean? Men have bulletproof behinds? Metal ripping through your flesh is the same whether it is female flesh, male flesh, rabbit flesh, dog flesh, chicken flesh, bird flesh. It is hot metal ripping through flesh. And what is felt is pain. A woman's pain is greater than man's pain. Bullshit. How do you know that? We must talk in terms of pain. When you, as a woman, grow a penis and testicles, and I, as a male, mine shrink into becoming a vagina, then we can equate the two things. But only until then. Again, we are talking about things we don't know. Well, see, a woman has a baby. Yeah, but your body is made for that. Obviously, it is painful. Any fool can see that it is painful. Think about it. That would be like some male trying to pass a bowling ball. Think about it. But it is pain. Let us not start distinguishing between male pain and female pain. Pain is pain. Genders are in your head. The only difference between you and I are our sexual organs. We are the same. See, we don't want to accept equality. Men don't want to accept women as equals. Women don't want to be equals. Not really. Listen to what you say. Man is off over here to the right, extreme right, way the hell off over here, and woman is way the hell off, and the extreme left. And nobody is at zero where equality exists. Your sexual organs only mean something at one time. When you are having sex. Other than that, you are people. We are never going to get along as long as we carry these biases about one another. We will raise holy hell about racial bias and turn right around and be biased against somebody else for some other reason. And that, my friend, is stupid. It is stupid. If she can handle the budget, feed the kids, cook the food, clean the house, that does not mean she is mentally inferior. It may simply mean this is necessary. So I do it. There's a wise person who does what is necessary to survive, not a fool. But if she has to cook clean by her own mind, she's in trouble. In no more trouble than the guy who goes to work and thinks because he goes to work and earns a living that he is superior. They are both in trouble. That is stupid. You see, so much of the assumption that you have about everything is sick. Do you know there are men who cannot make love with aggressive women? Turns me, see, I just have to be aggressive. No, it doesn't turn you off. It makes you feel inferior. That's what it does. And little wee-wee shrinks right up because he feels inferior. That's stupid. That's sick. It's sick. It is not a realistic thing because of the nonsense in here. It's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. What does it mean to be equal? I am equal of all men. I am not better than any man, nor am I less than any man. I have walked this earth from hemisphere to hemisphere. I've been around it. I put my feet on the soil of almost every nation on the face of this earth. Big-eyed and full of awe. Here I am. What is that? What are you doing? Not timidly. Here I am. Got off the plane in India. People were sick. Looking at the people or looking all mysterious. Better get the fuck out of my... Where's the restaurant? Where is it? We can't eat because of the intensity of this strange situation. So what did I do? I ate mine, I ate hers, and the guy who joined us at the airport. I have no problem. You see, I just am here. We don't have a sense of superiority or inferiority. Here I am, y'all. Here I am, just like a flower. Here I am. I'm not an ugly flower. I'm not a beautiful flower. I'm just a flower. Where do I belong? Wherever I am. That is where I belong. As you belong wherever you are. Would you have me leave because I am black? Then I will not leave because I am not black. You have made the color of my skin more important than what I am. Of course my skin is dark. So what? Yours is whatever the color it is. I don't make a big issue out of it. Why should you? It's stupid. It is the same as relating or equating or non-equating sex. I don't care whether you be male or female. It's not important. But it's important to most of you because you're always running around looking for something to stick it in or something to be stuck in. Because you view the opposite as a sexual vehicle. That is all. They don't have any sense. They're just vaginas and penises. Everybody you look at, are they available? We limit our relationships with the opposite on the basis of availability for sexual encounter. We call it love. Nonsense. You still haven't grown out of between your legs yet. Grow up. Just grow up. Can't you sit down and talk to a human being without the issue of what sex, what color, how tall, how much they were? You know, what is all this stupidity? What is this stupidity? Just stupidity. It is not a cosmic question. What is stupidity? It is just stupidity. Inconsistency, lack of purity. But we all know to be pure means never to have had sex. That's stupid. It shows you that your head is still between your legs. Many of the people who wrote that book you call the Bible, they had not grown up enough to get their head from between their legs. Therefore, truth was twisted. How in the hell can sex be that important? You know, you shouldn't do that out of wedlock. It's a sin. You'll go to hell. How stupid can you be? Can't you see the stupidity in a man who wrote that? Come on. I mean, there are things much more serious than sex. I consider murder to be quite serious, especially if it's me you are murdering. Isn't this a bit more than sex? You were given sexual organs to have sex with sometime. You were not given hands to murder with. Think about it. All these assumptions that we have. We really think we're bright. We go to college, we get a degree, and the world says we're ready. I went to college for a lot of years. A lot of different colleges, learned a lot of different things. What did I know? Nothing. Education, quote, education made me a big fool because it made me think I know something that I did not know. A true education lets you know that you don't know anything. Therefore, you can continue to learn and to grow. This is true education. Our value in this society is on youth. How stupid. Youth has no experience. What does it know? What does it know? Youth is abrasive, pushy, obnoxious. Look, don't say, oh, no. Look at yourself, how abrasive and obnoxious and moody and bitchy you can be. It's just because you're young. As you get older, you get less of that. As I looked at a 90-some-year-old man they were interviewing on TV, and they said, if you had one thing to say to the youth of America, what would that be? And he said, it ain't worth all that. This is 90 years of experience speaking. It ain't worth all that hostility. We can't even deal with a little hormonal change. Little hormonal change from childhood to adolescence. Girls get just as mean and bitchy as they can be for no reason. It's because they're not paying attention. Little boys immediately start fighting. My grandma used to say, uh-oh, you're smelling yourself again. She meant the hormones. So I'm out of whack. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm mad. I'm mad with everybody. What did I do to you? Nothing. Well, why are you mad at me? I don't know. I'm just mad. Like, it shows you the youth. Because who gives a damn that you are mad? Who cares? Who cares? I don't. So you're angry with me, so what? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to me? Nothing. So what I care about you being mad? You see, it is the foolishness, the lack of experience of youth that someone's going to care. And even those who pretend that they do care don't. Because if you keep acting that way long enough, they're going to say, hey, get out of my life. Mom one day is going to say, there's the door. Don't let it hit you in the back. Which means leave fast. Because they really don't care. Because they know it's foolishness. And they will try for years to get along with you. And in the final analysis, and the same will come with you and your children, it is their lack of experience. That is all. So, we focus on youth in the world. For what? For what? Nonsense. They are the future. What was those words? What was the content of those words? The future. When they get older, have experience. Future. Not now. I'm old now. I'm wise now. It's mine. And you can't have it because I'm smarter, brighter. You can't beat me. I'm too smart. Too much experience. You can't win. Do you know how you've bucked up against me? Some of you say, well, I'll quit. I say, bye. Because you are playing a game. I'm saying, I won't play. How are you going to beat me? How are you going to beat me if I won't play the game? I won't do this anymore. Your loss. I am treating you like an adult. That's your choice. But the adult choice is to stick and to learn. The childish choice is to run away. See, when the heat gets on, a loser runs. A champion, a warrior, stands up. Stands up and said, bring it on. Bring it on. This is one who succeeds. One who's willing to allow this process to show them the meaninglessness of their mind. Why? Because as life shows it to you, It has no mercy. See, life, your own attitudes, bring you events that will bring you to your knees. Not only that, will destroy your body. And you'll be standing in the sky looking down and says, yeah, there's my body laying on the ground, dead. And that is the truth. It is the truth. You do not build your home on the San Andreas fault. Not quite bright. When you go to buy a home, don't you check out whether the floods come through this or not? Truth. Think. I've often said people do not think. People have thoughts, then the thoughts have them. Look, you have the same thought over and over and over and over again. This is not thinking. This is computerese. Same information over and over. You must, to solve a problem, you must stand outside of the problem and have a new thought. This is thinking. You are having thoughts. You must be able to see something new and different. And you cannot do that as long as you weigh things against the assumptions of your own mind. And this is an egotistical person's way. It is very egotistical to think that you know it. I look at people when I say one thing and they say, well, you mean so and so. I say, no, understand. I don't care enough about you to bullshit you. If I tell you the truth, what are you going to do about it? You're not going to like me anymore? You didn't like me in the first place, and I don't care. I like me. And I like you. So what? You're going to swear at me? I'm a champion swearer. You want to get loud with me? Boy, can I get loud. Boy, the energy will shake you so bad your bowels will cut loose. You want to see loud? You want to feel energy? You want to shout with me? Hey, let's do it. You can't beat me because I'm not going to compete. I will win because I'm a winner. I am a winner. Why? I'm not going to let bullshit stand in my way. You let fear, insecurity, doubt stand in your way of becoming who you are and standing for yourself as yourself. You go to get a job, you go see old boss. How do you feel standing in there? You feel inadequate in front of old boss. Nervous. Am I going to get this job? No. Why you want to feel like that? Old boss hire you then. Oh, I got another mealy mouth one. One I need to keep my foot on. Why can't you just be a person when you go in there? Know that you are worthy of the job. You don't have to feel insecure, inferior. For what? For what? You follow me? These are old assumptions and attitudes that must go. Be the person that you are. First, learn the person that you are. Not. learn the person that you are not. You are not all of these assumptions. You are neither male nor female, white nor black, yellow, red, or whatever. You are not Christian or Jew, a Buddhist or whatever. We look for labels to hang on ourselves. You cannot define what you are. You can only be what you are. And you are winners. You are winners. You are gods. What more do you want to be? A god who wants to be a doctor? That's stupid. It's like the president of the company saying, I want to be a manager. Why? I already run the company. I want to be X. No. Be who you are. What you do is simply what you do. It is not a box to fit yourself into. That is the issue. That is the issue with my man, my woman. You belong to me. Boxes. Little words like we, us, they, them. Stupid, stupid words. You have no right to speak for me. None. I have no right to speak for you. You don't find me speaking for you, do you? You don't hear me saying we in reference to you. When I say we, I'm talking about somebody else that you ain't looking at. No. I respect your right to be yourself. Say, I want, not we want, when you're talking about somebody else. You're going to get along a lot better. Because one day you're going to say, but we, and I'm going to say, I don't agree with that. But I thought, no, listen to my words this day. Not we, I. I think, I want. Not we, I. Not they do this, I do this. Then you start to clean up your own closet. And that's what it's about. You cleaning up your act. If I clean up my act and you clean up your act, everybody's act's clean. There is no problem. But when I start trying to make you clean up your act, we got a problem. That's why wars are fought. What was those Christian-Muslim wars years ago? Or was somebody else trying to make somebody else clean up their act? And the guy said, I'm not. I'm not wrong, you're wrong. Well, I'm not wrong, you're wrong. Well, we'll go to war in the name of God. As the Christians rode through the Middle East, be you Christian or Muslim, what do you expect to find? You're up out of your territory, and somebody else's territory want to know if you're a Christian or a Muslim. I am a Muslim. Will you change? No. Then I slay you to save you from yourself. See, this is what happens when you start stepping over, trying to tell someone else, trying to lay your trip on somebody else. When you start talking about we may not want to be a Christian. We may not like what you fixed for dinner because you like it. We may not like it. So don't write. Nurses coming to the, how are we today? I like that stock answer. I'm fine. How the hell are you? I don't know how we are, but I'm doing all right. This is supposed to be a nice, gentle statement. It is condescending as hell. And who the hell do you think you are? See, this is very direct. A lot of people don't like me because of my directness. But those are people who don't want to deal with the truth and who do not want to solve problems. Well, you could be a bit more tactful. Why? You've been too damn tactful now. What year is this? 87. Is that 1,987 years after a man named Christ said the same thing? And you've been tactful for 1,987 years and you're still acting a fool? Seems to me the time for tact is over. If you smell like shit, check yourself. It's that simple. It's that simple. See, there he goes, using that word again, shit. Shit is holy. Aren't all things God? Why you want to get upset about shit then? Shit is God too. See, we're right back to your opinions again. In spite of the truth. All is God. All is holy. There is nothing outside of God. Nothing. Because God is all there is. But again, think. When you think in the way you think and you separate things from God, that makes you no more than God. That makes you more powerful than the law. That's stupid. Shit is holy. It's going to be shit forever. Oh my, oh. There is your limitation. Life is what it is. Remember your Bible tale of what sin is. It says it very clearly. Dividing the world into good and evil. There was no good and evil before man ate of the tree of knowledge and decided this is good and this is bad, when God said this is what it is. And here you come. Girl, you got to put some clothes on. That's bad. You weren't born in a three-piece suit, so there must not be anything wrong with it. You divide life up because of your opinions as to what is good and bad, what is right and wrong. And I ask the question that you must ask yourself. Who the hell are you? Who are you? If there's something you don't want to do, don't do it. If it doesn't sit right within your being, fine. But now here you go trying to make somebody else follow what you don't want, then you got a war. It is not for us to spread our gospel to the world. You don't see me on street corners. I'm right here. Why do I come here? I can say, I didn't send for you. I was here and you came. I'm not imposing anything on anybody. You come here because you want to be here. It's that simple. I am not trying to impose. I am not proselytizing. I am not holding up what I think against the world. Because, see, I know that what I think doesn't mean a damn thing. The only thing that means anything is that which is true. That's all that matters. But your egos, you matter. What you think matters. Yeah, right. It does. It does matter. Yes, it does. What was your statement?
We learn to live, that we live to learn.
Yes. See, that's what it's all about. Statement she said yesterday. We first learn to live, and then we live to learn. It's a wonderful statement. But you must first learn to live, to be alive, to get out of your head, out of your fantasy, into your senses. Lose your head and come to your senses. Simple. How do you stop a head? With a heart. Feel. I'm going to emphasize one technique. 24 hours a day. Look, listen, smell, taste, feel. Life goes right by you. You Clem cadiddle hoppering along. In your head and not experiencing one damn thing. Experience. Smell it. Taste it. Listen to it. For once, don't be more important than everything else. For once in your life. For once in your life, don't be an asshole. Think about that. Think about what assholes do. Stop spreading shit all over everything. All right. Our little deal with honesty. Okay. Know that when you are when you are in your head, you are not alive. Know this. When you are in your feelings, you are alive. When you are listening, sometimes there's nothing to say, and that's okay. It's okay to have nothing to say. It's okay to have something to say. But when you don't have anything to say, don't say something stupid. Why? Because it makes you look stupid. And it makes you stupid because look at what you're doing. You're just talking, to be making noise. It's meaningless gibberish. Take your time. Start to become that person you say you want to be. Use your technique. Go with your feeling technique. Now, we're going to do a sitting. I want you to forget the word meditate. I want you to forget everything. I want you to simply sit, close your eyes, make yourself comfortable, look into the darkness, and let whatever happens, happens. I'm afraid I must do this because I see it so much. I have said, make yourself comfortable. There should be no scratching, moving, jumping up and down, looking for this, looking for that, looking for the other. If I must say that, I shouldn't have to say that by now. The proper technique is to sit, close your eyes, and just look into the darkness. There's no excuse for anything other than that. Let what happen, happens. Close your eyes, relax, and be with it. The wonders and the miracles are before your eyes. The miracle of yourself. Remember all that you can ever know is that which is within you, that which you are. But yet do not define yourself by what you feel. You are so accustomed to defining. You will identify someone as a schizophrenic. What does that mean? It does not mean that that person is a schizophrenic. It means that that person has tendencies as a schizophrenic and is not all that person is. If you deal with that person as a schizophrenic, you are solidifying the problem. You must deal with that person as a whole. And when you deal with that person as a whole, you can then help them resolve the problem. When you find people who behave as jerks, do not identify them as jerks. You will not be able to help. You will only make the problem worse. Now, just simple. Lay aside what you think you already know. Don't struggle with it. A thought comes through, let it keep going. Put your attention on that which solves the problem. Remember, the only problem anyone has is the problem they cause themselves. You may think whatever you wish about me. It doesn't matter what you think to me. All that matters is what I know about me and what I am doing and why I am doing what I am doing. That is all that matters. I cannot concern myself with your opinion about me. You may think whatever you think. Oh, that nigga so-and-so. Because I know who I am, I will stand as your equal anytime, any place. And I will not be unhappy because of what you think. Because if you think that about me, you are an idiot, and what you think is not worthy of my giving attention to it. Just that simple. Do your techniques and learn.